What's up, guys? Mark here, back with the next playing card review. I know I said the 6-9 Atlantic will be the next video. I'm going to do that, but I got a Fontaine deck that just came in today. They released a few ones. I'll put it on the side, as always, of everything they released, if I can find it. But they're all like these like super cool, like floral type of vibe designs. This is the Botanical edition Fontaine, 1 of 1,000. So yeah, and also we have a $160 deck that I got for free from Fontaine. We'll get into that in the video, but yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoy it, and let's get into it. Okay, so for context real quick, so ordered this deck, the Botanical Fontaines, 1 of 1,000. Love how they always put that on there. Looks like a very beautiful deck. So I ordered this deck. I've got my receipt here just to show you guys. Just ordered one. Let me cover up my address there. But yeah, just one Botanical Fontaine. I don't know if that focused or not. Blah, blah, blah. Date of order was 7/3/24, 07/03/24. Blah, blah, blah. Does it have the price on here? It doesn't. I think it was like a $15 deck, $12 deck maybe even. So not super expensive, but so the way Fontaine does these, so this was 7, so this was July I ordered it, and so they don't print the decks until they sell them. So you'll buy it, and then or at least this is how they've done their decks as of late, but then it takes 6 to 8 weeks to get there. Usually 6 to 8 weeks. I did this with the Sky Blue Fontaines, the Thumbprint Fontaines, and those both made it in the 6 to 8 week timeline. And this, obviously, so I ordered this, I don't know, you do the math, like 6 months ago, which is obviously a lot more than 6 to 8 weeks. They had some problems with it, which is, it's okay. It's, worth the wait. It wasn't a super expensive deck. I mean, like, I spent a ton of money on the La Mouche playing cards, or Les Mouche, I guess it's pronounced, and waited months and months for those. And, it was totally worth the wait. I get it. Things happen out of people's control. But anyway, so they sent me this deck, and in the last update I got, sorry, I'm thinking here for a sec, Zach from Fontaine sent an email out saying like, hey, I'm super sorry about this. To make it up to you guys, I'm going to send you a deck of cards that I've never released on my own, like a really nice deck of cards. And so I was like, all right, it's cool. I'm really excited to see what else comes with that. So as you can see from the order sheet I showed you guys, it just said the Botanical Fontaines on it, which is this deck, the deck I ordered. But then, so I knew a second deck was coming. Open it up, I get the Nickelodeon collab SpongeBob deck, and I have like a couple. I have like the Hey Arnold ones. I believe I have one other one, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But I was looking more into it, and I realized this is another 1 of 1,000. But this is the Fontaine SpongeBob Nickelodeon official collab. But this is the holographic edition, and so I looked it up online. There was one point where in this like pack thing you could buy it on Fontaine. It didn't have the price on there. It's out of stock now, but at one point X decks you could get them for $55. That was, I don't know, a long time ago when they did all the Nickelodeon decks. But this deck looks sweet. This deck is going, I only saw 2 of them online that like you can actually purchase now, like that aren't sold out. One was I saw 3. 2 of them were on eBay. One was 160, one was 180, and then another one was on some sketchy site for $200. If I think of it, I'll put a couple pictures to the side. So yeah, I spent like $20 on a deck of cards and ended up getting bare minimum $160 deck of cards for free on the side. So can't complain about that. Yeah, super excited. I want to open this because like I was looking at the Fontaine video about this. But it's like not many people are going to have this. I think in a month or two, as if more people got this deck, along with, people that ordered this deck, that, the price will go down a little bit, but still, it's definitely an expensive deck. Leah, if you're watching this, I'm going to wait to open this one with you. But so I won't be opening this deck today. Maybe after I open it, I'll probably do a review on it, but I don't know when that's going to be. But yeah, I just thought that was super nice of Zach and like a super interesting detail. But yeah, so here's why we're here, the Botanical edition. Yeah, so we have this nice floral pattern. Love the, as it's been with the last few. Oh, one other thing about this, it's printed by Legends too, which is by far my favorite printing company. And yeah, just like imagine that in like a holographic edition. So sick. So yeah, super excited about that. So that was just an extra bonus, extra $160 deck of cards I didn't pay for. So definitely made it worth the wait. But yeah, as a lot of similar to the sky blue in the thumbprint, really nice, like a plasticky, almost like waxy type of feel on the tuck case. Very nice. Made in PRC. I don't know if that's who printed it. Yeah, I believe printed in PRC. Same with this. This one's PRC by Legends. So I'm assuming there'll be a second seal once I open the cards. But yeah, not 100% sure. This one's not Legends, so it's just PRC. But either way, super cool. I love that little stamp or little design there on the inside of the lip. And yeah, super cool. Like I said, love the tuck case. I believe this is the same. I guess not. I think the the sky blues, which I ranked really, really high. That was some sort of like German, like soft mate, however you say it, stock. But yeah, so this one is PRC, I believe. Oh, geez, that's a bad start to this. Hopefully these cards still feel nice. I guess we're gonna look at them out of order. Either way, I got the two ad cards out of the way. But yeah, that's a little unfortunate. I was gonna quick switch this back a little bit so it's not completely messed up. It is gonna be a little bit, but it's whatever. Yeah, that's okay. But yeah, so super cool. It is a one-way back design, so not as symmetrical. We do have the typical white border there, but yeah, just with the floral design, that would be very hard to make symmetrical. It is a somewhat like cohesive design though, even if the cards are flipped around. I'm not going to do that quite yet because it's all like a floral pattern. We still have the symmetry with the two Fs for the Fontaine, as in pretty much every Fontaine deck of cards. But yeah, super sick fan there. Yeah, I'll shuffle them after and see how the fan looks when we get into it more. Very nice smell on the cards as well. Definitely smells different than USPCC. Super cool. We have, of course, the two Fontaine ad cards that you always get. I love the, yeah, like the floral botanical design, you could say. But yeah, typical Fontaine case has their address distributed by Fontaine Cards, Los Angeles, California. Distributed, yeah, Fontaine. Same thing on both sides. Super cool tuck case. And then one thing I always mention this about Fontaine, I love how they put that 1 out of 1,000 there. They put, you know, exactly how much it is. And one big differentiator, if you guys do have the SpongeBob Fontaine deck, so the regular edition there was 1,200 of, the hollows there was only 1,000 of. So if you see 1 out of 1,000, sorry, get that to focus, 1 out of 1,000, it's the holographic edition, which I would recommend maybe not opening. It looks super, super sick, but yeah, again, it's a very expensive deck of cards. I'm sure more will be circulating soon, as other people, I assume, will get this deck that ordered the Botanical deck. But yeah, let's get into the cards here. So typical Fontaine, we've got the cool ace with the back design there, and then pips, indices, going to be standard. Court cards might be a little different. No, standard court cards, but you know, if you guys don't know, Fontaine is primarily a cardistry deck. That's why we just have the two ad cards. We don't have jokers. That's why we have like typically very like cohesive. Even with this one, how I said it's not a completely symmetrical back design. You know, it's still like a deck that's meant for cardistry. So yeah, no jokers. Standard court cards, standard pips and indices. So honestly, there's not a whole lot to go through here with the face cards. yeah, like I said, printed by PRC. I believe that's what it was, right? It said somewhere on here. Dang it. Where was it? Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was PRC. Whatever. Yeah, I'll put up to the side there. Man, these cards are kind of weird, a little bit slippery. But yeah, like I said, cards I got a little bit out of order, but you know, honestly, I'm not gonna bore you guys with, you know, what standard pips, indices, court cards, face cards, all that look like. But yeah, back design is super cool. We'll give it a couple more fans here, and that fan looks super, super nice. We're gonna shuffle them a couple times, one to see how the shuffle is, and then two, just to kind of get an idea of what the fan looks like when they're mixed up a little bit. They feel nice. Honestly, first impressions, I don't think this feels like as good as the sky blue, which was, like I said, it was on some German soft stock. Yeah, I don't know. In my experience, like, Fontaine cards always feel pretty similar no matter who they print with, but this just might be like one tier below the sky blue. Like, sky blue especially was like S tier feel for the cards. This I would put at like A or like B plus even maybe. But yeah, cards feel nice. Let's give them a few more shuffles here. But yeah, they look, oh sorry, I hope I wasn't out of frame for very long there. Dang it. No man, this is going bad. Oh, there was another ad card in there. Do I have one more? This is what I'm going to blame the bad cardistry on, because there's 54 cards in here instead of 52. So they do have 4 ad cards, and yes, you could use some of those as jokers, but they're not technically jokers. Okay, trying to stay in frame here. We'll try that one more time. But yeah, I do love the look of it. Very clean. Like, yeah, this is a great cardistry deck. Man, I'm not feeling it today. Okay, ignore all of this. We might just cut all of this. Whatever, doesn't matter. Honestly, okay, as you guys know, I'm not like very great at cardistry, but first impressions, like, I really want to like this deck, but it's not super springy. It's like weirdly slippery in a different way, but you just can't get like the nice spring. Yeah. Cut. You know what, if this cardistry keeps going as bad as it's been going, I'm gonna pull out the sky blue, or like literally any other Fontaine deck. I always say the sky blue because I believe, in my opinion, that's the best feeling Fontaine deck. I know some people would probably say like the carrot V2s or whatever, but I don't have those. But anyway, like, yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of these. And yes, I'm not good at cardistry, but I'm also not this bad either typically. It's, yeah, I had very high hopes for this deck, and don't get me wrong, I will still always order Fontaine from Fontaine when they do these. I mean, I got a $160 deck of holographic cards for free, so I'm not complaining at all. But yeah, if I had just gotten this deck, would I have been a little bit disappointed? I don't know. I mean, the tuck case is awesome. It looks super cool. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it, really. I don't know. I love the design. It's super cool. But yeah, I don't know. These just aren't, like, the tuck case is totally, like, perfect tuck case. I love their tuck cases. Love how they have, you know, the Botanical, 1 of 1,000, Fontaine. But man, yeah, these cards just aren't it, in my opinion. And anyone else who ordered these or ordered any other, because they had a few floral designs, and I believe, I would assume they all, just for like logistic reasons, I would assume they were all printed by the same person. But yeah, I'm not feeling this deck of cards too much. And like I said, I will get out another Fontaine deck. Like, it's not bad, but like, I don't know, like me, and I know a lot of people, when they think of Fontaine, they think of like cardistry deck, you know, like cool back design, usually symmetrical, cohesive, you know, normal face cards, pips, and indices. But yeah, this is just not it for, yeah, this is, like I said, I'm not great at cardistry, but this is just not it for me. It's starting to get a little better. I don't know what it is. It's almost like they kind of like stick together almost. Yeah, it's really weird. Oh, man, what the? Yeah, this is honestly, and like, this is a little disappointing. Like I said, I'm not disappointed in this. I got, as I keep mentioning, the other deck for free, but man, yeah, this is just not what I was thinking. I like the whole aesthetic, design, tuck case, everything, but feel of these cards, man, they're just not springy, and yeah, they're not, and they're getting better, but it's like you shouldn't have to break in a deck of cards like this to make them like usable, honestly. And I'm going to in a second here. They're getting slightly better, but I'm gonna grab. Okay, we're back. I'm not sure what is going on with my microphone the last couple of videos. I think I'll have to get a new one, but whatever, it's working right now. The last couple minutes might have cut off. I'll just cut that out. It was basically just me ranting about how these cards like aren't quite as good as the sky blue Fontaines, or really a lot of the Fontaines for that matter. So just to prove it to you guys that it's not just my shitty cardistry, we're going to go through a few things, and you guys tell me which cards you think look better. Yeah. And like I said, I really like this deck. No shade to Fontaine. Like, I love when people use different, like, distributors. This one, like I said, I believe it was some sort of German, like, soft, mate stock, however the fuck you say it. But yeah, so a couple other things. A couple people have been saying I should get better lighting in here. If anyone, you know, makes videos, like, should I get a ring light? Like, would that, for this big a space, work? Or, like, what do you think the main thing I should do is to get better lighting? But yeah, we're just going to go through a few cardistry things real quick here. Just, I don't know why I feel like I need to prove myself, but I feel like I do. So yeah, we're just going to do a couple things here just to show you guys, like, I don't think, and this is a great deck. It's a great cardistry deck. I really like the aesthetic of it. And yeah, getting a $160 deck for free definitely helps. But yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, like, everything is good. It's just the, sorry, the feel of the cards is just slightly underwhelming. But yeah, this is one of my all-time favorite Fontaines, the Sky Blue. Like I said, the German stock is just chef's kiss, S tier. You can already tell by these ones, even though that wasn't very good, they're just like more springy. I am super excited for these though, since they're printed by Legends. I didn't know Fontaine worked with Legends, but I guess if you're doing like a really expensive deck of cards, I don't know, it makes sense. But I know they use quite a few different. This one, I forget who printed these ones as well. But yeah, they smell super good. Made in PRC. So same one, but like I said, that's where they were made. I don't know if that's who printed the cards. I swear it was, if I find it, I'll put it to the side. It was some sort of German soft core stock. But yeah, let's see. So these just kind of like, I feel like the packets work better together. Yeah, let's do a couple more things here. Now I got the pressure on. Now this is gonna go actually terribly. But if you can just, even like that, okay, I messed that up a little bit, but just the, okay, that was, I need to shuffle them in between. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. There's just something about it where it's like, I don't think this feels as good. Like you hear that nice, like, springy sound. I was just not getting that with other deck. Even the shuffles, let's just do like a good shuffle here. That sound was not coming through in the slightest on the other deck. Hey, maybe they seem to be broken in a little bit. Maybe they're sitting in storage for a little too long. I don't know what the case is. Either way, I'm happy with it. I just kind of wanted to show you guys, like, the main, sorry, how do I do that with you guys actually being able to see it? But yeah, let me know if anyone, I really appreciate it. I know sometimes, like, people think they come across as being rude, but any instructive criticism to make the, and I'm just not doing good today, but to make the videos better, like, I will always accept that and very much appreciate it, because I always want to make these the most enjoyable videos possible and everything. But yeah, so do a couple more shuffles with these. But yeah, just like that spring I was not getting out of the other deck. The packets weren't sticking together as well. As I say that happens. But you know, it's whatever. It's still a very cool deck. This one, the fan, it's very nice. One thing I will mention too, I'm not trying to make a comparison video here, but I do prefer the tuck cases where it's like the F for Fontaine cut off of the Fontaine there instead of the full back design, because you're just getting the back design on both sides. Like here you have the back design, then you have the normal Fontaine, sky blue, edition playing cards, where this one, it's really just the back design on both sides. And don't get me wrong, it's a very nice tuck case, but yeah, I don't know. I think sky blues are better, but I mean, you can always compare a deck to a better deck of cards. And yeah, that's not what this video is about. Like I said, I love Fontaine. They gave me a hell of a deal for this, but man. But either way, I just think that the quality of the cards was not like up to standard really for those. But you know, it's whatever. It happens from time to time. Like I said, I'm still always gonna buy from Fontaine when they do these releases. But yeah, these I just feel like just are a little bit better in my opinion. But yeah, super cool deck of cards. Really like it. Okay, that's enough of that. I just wanted to convey like a small thing just to show you guys, like, yeah, I think they're not quite as good. But let's get into the rating for these real quick. Tuck case, man, you know, the feel of this tuck case is amazing. It's same. I think this deck I gave a 50 out of 50. I'm 99% sure I did. I'll link that video at the end of the video for anyone interested in that. But yeah, this, like, if I'm comparing it to the other one, like, yes, it's super cool, but it's not as good. But having the 1 out of 1,000, like even though it's not as high of a 10 of other decks, it's still a 10 out of 10 for the tuck case. Back design, I do like it how it's still like a cohesive fan, even though it's not a two-way symmetrical back design, which Fontaine decks pretty much always follow like the two-way symmetrical back design. I could be wrong on that, but you know, it's a cardistry deck, so usually you get that two-way back design, but it works with the floral pattern, or botanical pattern as I should say. And yeah, I do think these cards are getting a little bit better the more I use them. Back design, man, I really like it. We'll go 9 out of 10 for that, which brings us to 19 out of 20. The price of these, I believe it was a $12 deck plus shipping. Yeah, I don't know why I did that thing. Maybe I'll put it to the side, maybe I won't. But we'll see if I can find it. But price of these, like, this is a great deck for the price. Like, if I had paid $30 for this, might have been a little disappointed. But for what the price is, I think this is a great deck of cards. What are we, -1 so far? 19 out of 20. We'll go 10, which brings us to 29 out of 30. And then, next thing, feel these cards. So we're at 29 out of 30. Feel these cards, I'm going to be honest, 7 out of 10. That's just what I'm feeling. It could be could it be a little higher? I don't know. It's good for like a deck of cards, but like you have to understand, like I'm not reviewing like $5 decks of cards. Like I'm reviewing, you know, 15, 20, sometimes $100 decks of cards. So like going off of what I'm used to, which they are getting better the more I break them in, but still partially my fault. Not perfect though. But yeah, sorry, I'm trying to do the math here. Yeah, we'll go 7 out of 10, which brings us to 36 out of 40. Last but not least, face cards, pips, indices. So it's always tough with me for Fontaine decks because, you know, I understand that they have to have like the plain ad cards. They always do the same ace, which I really like. But pips, indices, court cards, all standard, but it fits the vibe of what you want for a cardistry deck. Like, I knew buying this deck that we're going to have standard pips, indices, standard court cards, standard face cards, standard everything besides the ace of spades. So I really can't fault them too much on that. That's their standard. And here's the thing, like with this deck, pretty sure I gave it a 50 out of 50. And I was like, man, like everything else just flows so well together that like even though the face cards were the exact same, I gave it a 10 out of 10 for this one because like this just how do you say it, just like flows so well together, like just like the synergy of this deck and everything about it, like it just worked together. I feel like it doesn't work quite as well together for this one, if that makes sense. What were we at? 36 out of 40. If I am wrong, I'll put it back up there, but I can't justify giving this 10 out of 10 like I did for the other deck, because I don't know, I'm just not feeling it with this deck. And again, these reviews are completely subjective. Would I give a 50, someone else might give a 30. It's all personal preference. I believe the feel of the cards is the least subjective, but is still very much subjective. Every category is very subjective. It's all personal preference. I really like plasticky tuck cases. A lot of people might not like that. I do. Man, were we at 36 out of 40? I'll put the updated score there. Or let's put the updated score at the end. But yeah, we're going to go 8 out of 10, which I think brings us to a 44 out of 50. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it there. But yeah, should be 44 out of 50. Very cool deck of cards. Like I said, I'm not complaining. It's Fontaine deck. It's a nice deck. Still gonna every drop begin a deck from them. But yeah, the real prize in this though is it taking a while and getting this $160 Nickelodeon SpongeBob holographic cards. Like I said, I have to open those with Leah. These are SpongeBob and holographic, and I told her I would, even though it's going to break my heart a little bit to open that deck of cards. But hey, they look super sweet. So, and I doubt there's many YouTube reviews on that deck, so they may be out of order and slightly used when I do a review on it. But yeah, expect that in the near future, even though for the 4th time, it's going to break my heart a little bit. Like, such a nice deck of cards. And it's Legends, so yeah, I have to open it. It's, you know, I got it for free. It's not like I bought a $200 deck of cards. Like, it's not like with the If an Octopus Could Palm V2s where I bought it, or like the Faceoka Kind Time playing cards, which were like $300, which I don't think I could review that deck on YouTube anyway. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, 6-9 Atlantic should be the next video. I will let you guys know if you guys have a certain deck of cards you want me to review. Let me know. If I have it, I'll review it. If I don't have it, I will get it and review it. Yeah, I might get a couple more mystery decks. Not going to do another big mystery deck video, but I really would like to get one of the holographic decks, as well as I want to do a review on the Alfred Hitchcock Vertigo deck of cards that was super sick. So yeah, we have that 6-9 Atlantic video coming up, and whatever else you guys want to see, just let me know and I will review it. But yeah, Fontaine, Botanical, let me know what you guys think if you got this deck, or if you got any of the other floral designs in this drop, and let me know if you got this deck of cards with it as well. I'm curious if there was like a couple different decks, because I'm trying to think. So I think they did 3 different drops, and these were all 1 of 1,000. And keep in mind, some of the 1 of 1,000 of these had already been sold, so I don't know. So like, you know, out of 4,000 orders, unless, you know, there's people that bought like bricks of it or whatever, but still, I don't think they would have enough of these left over to send to everyone. Maybe they had other Nickelodeon hollows that never really got dropped on its own. Not sure, but either way, super happy with all of this. Always support Fontaine. Always love what they're doing. And yeah, thank you, Zach, so much for being so generous to send this as well in with it. But yeah, super cool, super happy. A little bit of a shorter review, but yeah, with Fontaine decks, it's basically the back design, the tuck case. You know, we all know what we're getting from the face cards and stuff. But yeah, either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Love you guys. Thank you so much. We're almost to 200 subscribers. I will be doing a giveaway for that once we get there. I don't know what yet. If you have, drop in the comments too if you have any suggestions of a certain deck or brand you want me to do for the 200 subscriber giveaway. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video.